Alright guys, welcome in MTG Game State. I have huge MTG news. We're going to look into what is Foundations, what's going on with Mystery Boosters 2. Got some spoilers and Market Watch all here. Love to see it. Let's get into it. Boom. Love that switch. Alright guys, so make sure everything's here and we're moving. I have some articles for you. We're gonna look into at Gen Con they had announced Mystery Boosters 2, and if you guys don't know what Mystery Boosters 1 was, it was a reprint set of all of Magic's history thrown in to a booster box that originally you could only get at a convention, and then they made a store printed version. So Gen Con, they announced Mystery Boosters 2, and I think it's going to be funny. And the Mystery Boosters also, you'll see here on the right, this Kozilek completed. They're called test cards, which are kind of joke, non-legal formatted test cards that are just weird, jokey, that people in the Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast offices collaborated on and worked together on. So I thought it was pretty cool, a little funny stuff. So you're going to see some cheeky, goofy cards here. Not quite an unset, but this one's looking to be a secret unset, okay? So Mystery Boosters back. Everything you loved about the original release with playtest cards, reprints of iconic staples, and artwork from across the history of the game for the sequel to such a beloved product. Lead designer Gavin Verhey worked to make this love letter to Magic superfans. And Gavin Verhey is the lead Magic designer. I saw him talk about this on the Twitch channel for Magic, just talking about all this info and what he thought he wanted to do with like the design and stuff. And like I said, I think he went really cheeky with this one. I think he decided to go hee, laughing to himself kind of. And I think it pulled off really well because we got some funny, we already got our first joke card from the unset originally, Comet Stellar Pup. We got a good Space Doggo, and they're bringing back white bordered frames. Any of my old Magic the Gathering heads, you all know about white borders. I think it's pretty cool. We already got into the playtest cards. Future Sight frames are coming back, which I think are cool. And what better way to do it than with the card Future Sight? So a lot of tongue-in-cheek references that Gavin really tossed into this set. I thought it was really funny. So attendees at Gen Con got to be the very first to experience Mystery Boosters 2. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to dive into the mystery at upcoming events. Mystery Boosters 2 will be at MagicCon events. MagicCon is basically conventions and Pro Tour tournaments combined into one. The next biggest one's going to be at Las Vegas, guys. So if you want to get a Mystery Booster 2 convention booster box, you got to get it at the cons. So keep an eye out there. You can also receive a Mystery Booster 2 display with Festival in a box, available at MagicSecretLayer.com. Sorry, we should say the real site name. So if you want to get this now, you can buy the Festival in a box at MagicSecretLayer.com. This is where you can get direct access, so you don't have to leave your home. It's going to come with 3 collector's boosters from the past 3 sets, 1 promo pack foil card, I guess, exclusive secret layer drop of cool alt frame card variants, and then boom, the Mystery Boosters 2 booster box, which you need to hold down and not open. Just like comic books, you guys. Come on now. So we already talked about what's in the inside. The secret layer, looks like we're getting Chibi. Love that. We're getting Chibi, Rhea Dawnbreaker, Orvar, the All form, Draina. Chibi Omnath is a little funny. Ooh, and some banger secret layer cards. MagicCon promo Ponder. MagicCon promo Swords to Plowshare. Okay. Convention Marrow playtest card. Guys, Festival, I'm seeing this for the first time too, so you're kind of seeing my reaction. This is pretty nasty. So, what's inside a booster? Each pack of Mystery Booster 2 follows the same structure, but with over 1,800 cards in the release. Each one is going to feel like a fresh glimpse into Magic history. Here's what you can expect to find in each of these boosters. 10 commons or uncommons, 2 card of each color. 1 multicolor artifact or common or uncommon land. 1 rare or mythic rare. one Future Sight card frame. There's a 60% chance for a rare or mythic rare in that Future Sight frame. There's less than 5% chance of Future Sight frame cards appear in traditional foil, meaning not like special weird foil. And in less than 1% of boosters, this slot is replaced with a traditional foil acorn alchemy card. So there is a thing, guys, we forgot to mention. Magic Arena has specific only Magic Arena cards in that game, in the digital format. And Gavin thought it was really cool to bring a Magic Arena only card from the digital realm into the paper space. And that, you have a chance of pulling that in foil. Okay. And then you get one white bordered card, and there's a 40% chance for a rare or mythic pull of that white bordered card and a playtest. So we got a stacked stuff pack, 10 commons or uncommons, 2 of each color within that. One of all this badass shit right there. So that's pretty mean. That's pretty big. So Future Sight frames of your favorites, and these are going to be, you could draft these cards, so that's going to be cool. Swords to Plowshares, Soul Ring, and they're going to be legal in all the formats they're legal in. I was telling people about the Future Sight frame Thassa's Oracle. My commander heads are really going to be wanting this. This is going to be a must get card, must pull. And then Future Sight Urza, Lord High Artificer. Another cheeky tongue thing that Gavin did was there's an old school format of Magic cards called Vanguard. Look up MTG Vanguard. It's a kind of like a deck fixing rule game for your Magic deck that you play with your opponents and your friends. And they took the art from those cards and brought them into regular Magic cards. So I think these are going to be, honestly, there's going to be high chase singles in your area, okay? And of course the playtest cards. Now the Mox Poison I think is big because it's Dan Frazier on this, and he's done all the baubles and moxes. He's a famous legendary artist. So again, a lot of chase cards. And the arena-only cards, Toralf's Disciple and Oracle of the Alpha. And why Oracle of the Alpha I think is cool is it enters the battlefield, conjure the power 9 into your library, then shuffle. So he's like an Arishem for my Marvel Snapheads. He's kind of like an Arishem where he adds random cards into your deck. But this is the power 9, and if you don't know what the power 9 is, do your own research, family. Because I'm not going to tell you on stream. We need to have you guys moving and grooving the cogs of your brain. So type in power 9, okay? Oh, and Sanguine Brushstroke. Okay, as a little mystery card. Okay, cool. And then we got the white border. I think these are just Trolley, Wasteland, Uro, Goblin Guide, and white border. And I love white borders, so this is something I'm going to be looking for. And yeah. Also, finally, and I keep saying also finally, and yeah. But last but not least, another big deal with Mystery Boosters 2 is Nexus of Fate. Controversial card that you could only get as a buy box promo at the time, and it only came in foil. They printed it in non-foil, finally. So I thought that was really fun. That was our article. Shout out Gavin Verhey for bringing banger design into this set. I thought we weren't even going to get a Mystery Boosters 2. Didn't even see that coming. So that was a big reveal. Very funny. Now, guys, moving forward, as I scroll all the way back up, this is specifically for anyone who wants to get into Magic cards, doesn't know where. I'd say, again, Magic Arena, if you want to just really get into it and don't want to really leave your house and want to just sit on the phone, it's probably the best way, or also on your laptop PC. Magic Arena would probably be your best bet. But if you want to get into paper Magic and you don't really know and you don't really have friends who are going to yell at you and teach you, Magic Foundations is going to be the set for you. This is going to be standard legal all the way through the standard rotation from now when it gets released to 2029, which is pretty crazy. It's basically the core set, all core sets like, you know, M25, M19, whatever, you've seen those. Those are now pretty much getting retroactively replaced, in my opinion, with Magic Foundations. So your favorite legends and planeswalkers are here with quintessential magic from across the multiverse. This set was made for past, present, and future players, featuring products for players fresh or famous and filled with cards legal in Standard till 2029. Which I think is interesting because that means they're always going to be reprinting this set till 2029. Probably at the year where the core sets get dropped. So I think we're going to have like 5 or 6 years, give or take, of Magic Foundations, the same set releasing. Maybe, I have in my notes here, 50% are going to be reprints of old Magic history cards. 50% are going to be new cards with a top-down design, meaning their flavor of the world that they're set in kind of comes into their card abilities. So I'm thinking what's going on here is Magic Foundations during the core set rotation is going to drop. We're going to get 50% reprints of the staples we need to teach players with, and then 50% will probably be new types of different cards like Anthem of Champions and Day of Judgment. Also new in the Magic Foundations, and we're going to get into the products here. I'm just reading off my notes. Non-enchantment. So enchantment creatures from Theros, they usually had this special little star frame. All enchantments moving forward, I think, in all Magic, not just in Foundations, unprofessional burp, pardon me, are gonna have the Theros Nyx frame, which I think is cool. Basically, they're giving enchantments their own little special card frame, similar to artifacts, where they're gray or silver. So this is the Foundations expansion symbols. There's gonna be a Jumpstart set, which is where you take... Jumpstart is a set that has booster packs that are full of, I think, like 15 cards, and you take those 15 cards and mash them together with another pack from Jumpstart to make a 30-card deck, and it's themed, like there's skeletons and wolves, so boom, you get a skeleton wolf deck, and you can use that to fight your friends. Basically what I'm trying to say is Jumpstart is the set that you would buy to introduce your friends to Magic or just play a quick game, and Magic Foundations is going to be having their own Jumpstart, which I just wanted to highlight. I thought that was really fun, really interesting. So this is the product guide. We're gonna get play boosters. We're gonna get regular set. Blah blah blah. None of my Magic heads, none of my people in here who aren't Magic heads, you're not really gonna get what I'm saying. But if you're my Magic head and you know what I'm saying, talking off the dome here, then you know what I'm saying. So Jumpstart boosters. This is what I was talking about. So I really just wanted to get into Jumpstart. So core set Foundations, Jumpstart Foundations. Want to dive straight into a game of Magic? Just grab 2 Jumpstart boosters, shuffle them together, and play. Experience new to Magic cards for Foundations Jumpstart 25. Set and eye-catching themes. Each booster contains a themed collection of 20 cards from the Foundations Jumpstart set with tons of combinations. Every Jumpstart game is unique and its own experience. And honestly, it is. I think this is one of my favorite products. It kind of gets trashed in the community, in my opinion, but I think it's fun and a great way to, if you could find it at your like local game store, definitely the best way to just get your homies into just playing this, or even if you want to try it for the one time. So that's really all I got for the article about what Magic Foundations is. It's just gonna be the core set with all these crazy products and releases going in Standard until 2029, which I think is super interesting. So I wonder what spoilers we'll get, if there's gonna be any bangers. Another big news that I have for this set is that the Planeswalkers that are featured, which are usually Liliana, Ajani, Jace. Jace is getting removed and replaced with Kaito from Kamigawa as the main blue Planeswalker face card, which I think is interesting. So, little drama there in this one. Stumbling around, but we're moving forward. Last but not least, before we get into our Market Watch section, we have spoilers for Duskmourn House of Horror. This is going to be a plane where the entire world is set as a house of horror. And in my opinion, I feel it's going to be similar to Ghostbusters and Stranger Things. We already had Stranger Things Magic cards, so I think this set's kind of going to tie back into those. We're getting schemes reprinted. Anyone who is familiar with scheme cards from, what is this set? I'm blanking. I believe it's Arch Enemy. Those are coming back. Twitching Doll we looked at previously on this show, a 2-drop spider toy. So it's looks like it's a cat toy made of spiders. Add 1 mana of any color, put a nest counter on Twitching Doll. You tap, sack Twitching Doll, create a 2/2 green spider token with reach for each counter on Twitching Doll. Activate only as a sorcery. I think this is kind of a push card. That's neat. Kind of creepy already. And in Duskmourn, there's going to be creepy dolls. They're kind of going to be a recurring theme. They have a purpose. When the ghost hunters are walking around and they encounter these. Basically, Duskmourn is going to be content warning. For any of my gamers out there, fans of the show, if you remember us playing content warning. Duskmourn is going to be like content warning, which I think is cool. Doomsday Excruciator, pretty controversial card. Not controversial, but just interesting. I think it's the first all black card with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pips in its mana cost. And it's got a big ability. It's a flying 6/6 demon. When it enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. So you exile your entire library but the bottom 6. Everyone. I think he's just pretty mean and funny. Collected Company, another kind of controversial card from Magic's history, getting a reprint. Love to see that. It looks like we're getting the elf guy from the Viking set. Blanking on all the names here. Apologies, guys. The streamer is streaming. But that's pretty crazy. So Strixhaven Girl's coming back. Elf guy from the Viking set's coming back. And it looks like we got another Strixhaven character maybe right there. Survivors who stay together, slay together. So basically, the non-spooky people in this set are going to be called survivors. It's like what I was saying. It's kind of like content warning. And we also have, it looks like a Monsters Inc. type deal. We got creatures and humans. This feels like Monsters Inc. to me. Toby BC Befriender. When Toby BC Befriender enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this creature can't attack or block alone. I like that. It's kind of cute. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. That's nasty for a 3-drop. See this going big in Commander, doing big things. I love this 1980s feel with a little digital Pepper's Ghost. Ashley McKenzie on this alt frame. Follow them wherever they're posting. Wow. So far, these are the Duskmourn spoilers, though, guys. Real quick, the Nightmare enchantment creatures are pretty mean, too. When Fear of Missing Out, so we got FOMO, the card, enters the battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. And it has Delirium. Whenever Fear of Missing Out attacks for the first time each turn, there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Untap target creature. Then there's an additional combat. Alright, so FOMO, already got that FOMO. We got a chainsaw. We got the TVs. Guys, we're going to be looking at more spoilers ahead. I just wanted to highlight real quick, just show you. Some of the art cards are going to be cute. Looks like we're going to get some anime prints. But I just wanted to get our beaks wet here on Duskmourn, because there's really not much. And I want to keep juicing this for as much as we can for the spoiler season. Okay? Now, without further ado, everyone's favorite. You know it, you love it. You hate to see it, but you still watch it anyways. The market watch portion. We're here on MTG Stocks. I need to sip water. I am yapping away. God damn, that's some good water. Flip my notes here. So market today Magic wise, I feel like it's kind of been slow. Even though we're in the middle of a new set, there really hasn't been much noise of like anything groundbreaking. We're kind of coming out of summer. We're in the dog days of Magic summer. Gonna start winding into the winter phase. Fall Magic's gonna be really fast with Duskmourn, and then boom. Once we're in winter, I think that's when we're gonna start seeing some bangers in the market. But right now, I kind of picked some just weird cards based off what I saw in Commander, and just off the interests list in MTG stocks. So, first on the list, a very weird name on Omnibian. This is a frog from Dissension, but I'm looking at the Ravnica Guild Kits printing. Is a 4-drop, 1 of any color, 2 green and a blue, so it's already a weird investment for colors. 3/3 body. Burp in my body. Tap 2. Target creature becomes a frog with base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. Legal in Legacy, Modern, Vintage, and Commander. This card's getting big, honestly, because of Commander. There's a frog. Bloomburrow introduced a lot of frog creature types, and there are commanders that care about having frogs. So this is nice because it helps create creatures into the frogs you need for that commander benefit, or just as good to get rid of an Ulamog on the field that you hate seeing for the time being, until end of turn. So I have average listing at $12.86 with market buying at $2.57. As of August 12th, the market's buying at $2. Average listing is $8. So the market's trying to get ahead listing, but people are buying cheap. But it's just a must-have frog for any type of commander card for frogs. Okay, guys? Give me a break. Moving in at number 2. Can't spell. Aklazat's Deepest Betrayal. New card from the Dino set, and it is a flip. What's up with that? So, it's a 5-drop flying lifelink Bat God. When it attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent discards a land, you get a 1/1 Bat creature token with flying. When it dies, returns to the battlefield tapped, transformed under its owner's control. And it comes in as a land, and you can pay 3 and tap to transform it back into the creature that you just had. So I thought that was really cool. I thought this was interesting. Why are we talking about this, Smoke Packs? What the hell are you even talking about? Market's listing it pretty cheap, $18. People are buying pretty high at 20, so we're seeing a new relisting coming up in Aklazat's, it seems, with a cheap price adjustment. Under $20, I'd say. $18 you could probably get it for. Maybe even 12, it seems. But basically why I'm putting the candlelight here on this card, it's a black card that should still be in standard, if I'm correct here. And it's being used in standard, as we see here. I mean, come on, I'm looking right here. The streamer is streaming, you guys. Pioneer as well. And mono black and black red decks in the 60-card formats are becoming big, are becoming viable. I know we had the Bant Nadu Summer, but that really was honestly just a big highlight of one whole meta. There was still mono red Ruby that was still doing really big, and Rakdos, honestly, black red in paper and digital Magic is not something you should be discounting, okay? It's a big creature card that gives bodies, and it's still in standard, so being under 20 and $220 is, and it's a legendary creature, I think just makes sense, okay? That's why I want to talk about it. Now, third on the list is Didgeridoo. This is an old card. Maybe older players might even have this. It is reserve list, meaning it will never be reprinted ever again in Magic's history. 1-drop artifact, pay 3. You may put a Minotaur permanent from your hand onto the battlefield. This is good for Commander, because if you have cards that create your deck to have creatures in there, have all creature types, or anything with Changeling, you could put it out directly because it'll count as a Minotaur, okay? It's reserve list, so it does command a high premium price in my opinion. We've seen it in the past coming in at around $40. But average listing I'm seeing is $23. Market's buying at 11. So it seems the market's trying to buy anything that they can in any quality at $11 off TCG Player. People are listing at 23. I just felt like Didgeridoo was a reserve list card people didn't take seriously. I mean, it's been $5, $10 for a while. Let me get a little focus here. But I feel like people just never really took it seriously. They just knew it was reserve list, but they didn't. There's just a card everyone's like, oh, it's gonna have its time to shine, and I think it did. Boom. 2021 saw it seriously because that was like the year of the changeling feature type. Price adjustment, which is pretty crazy for a reserve list card. I think it's gonna climb back up. We're gonna see it get at least to 40 bucks. It's a reserve list, that's all I gotta say. And it has a use. It's a reserve list card with use that isn't absurdly priced. A lot of things going on. So, gotta shout out the alarm there. Now, honorable mention, which is pretty honestly a big one, is Reflecting Pool. We're just getting balls deep into the honorable mention. Sorry guys, it just is what it is. And I wanted to talk about specifically Shadowmoor print because it is only in foil, only available in foil, which I thought was really interesting. At least it looks like it. Anyways, the streamer's streaming, you guys. This is a land card. I think it's just a perfect land card you need in Commander. Add 1 mana of any type that land you control could produce. Boom. Simple as that. I mean, it kind of screws you if you're stuck and you need to get to a second color you're not reaching, but it's better in the later game as a land than anything else, specifically in Commander. Now, I'm seeing average listing at $9. Market's buying at 10. People are probably honestly buying at 10 bucks, listing at 9, close to 10 anyways. But I'm pretty sure Shadowmoor is only in foil, and I thought it was just really interesting because it's a premium card. It's printed in premium sets. Looks like it's not printed in foil in this set, but the foil is going up to 50 bucks, which is pretty big. So if you can get it where you can live it. It's in premium prints. We got Commander Legends. We got the Lord of the Rings, Judge promos. Mystery Booster 2 is getting it. Looks like it got a Mystery Booster 2 frame, which is pretty nuts. So, first print in Tempest. I think it's just a card everyone should have in their collection. Something I just wanted to let y'all know about. And the foil, we usually don't talk about foils on this show, but that's how I found out about this on the listings. So just wanted to give a little honorable mention to that. Now guys, that is the segment MTG Game State. Really appreciate y'all for hanging in there, seeing what's going on, taking in the info like sponges, letting me yell and spit at the screen at you over it. Take my hand, take my hand. So, thank you guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Let me know what you like, let me know what you hate, what could be fixed, what was cool, what was weird. You'll see the notifications when the video is up next week on Wednesday from when this was streamed, okay? So, see ya! All right, segment.